Homesteader family. So I am down here at the homestead today on water, and I said I was going to do a video. We had a bunch of rain and stuff going on the last couple days, and then I had to get moved. So I'm down here on the homestead, and I wanted to show what I started doing. Now, if the homestead sells, then I'm completing this. If it doesn't sell, then I'll continue working on the homestead all summer and try and get things accomplished. So this is the property line. You can see some of the ribbons going up. The pink ribbons that go that way are not the property line. It's just how far I wanted to clear cut everything, but I decided I'm not going to do that now. So, but with the orange and pink going up, that's the property line. So over here, I'm cutting everything about 18 inches off the ground, like I was doing on the front side of the homestead. We had talked before about pulling all the stumps, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire somebody with a forestry mulcher, one of the skid steers that had the roller blade on the front, and chip everything. So that will give me 18 inches of some mulch, and that mulch will help build the soil. So what I'm doing is on the property line, on my side of the property line, for about 6 feet, I'm stacking all the branches and everything instead of burning like everybody's doing, because I want a privacy area. People won't be climbing over. It will be a windbreak, and then all these vines and everything that go up in the trees and thorn bushes, I'm hoping will make this into a natural defensive barrier that will be full of briars and everything else. So that will keep the animals in. I'll run a 4-foot sheep and goat fence so the goats can't get their head stuck in the fence, and then run a hot wire on the top and a hot wire at the bottom. That's the railroad track up there, that hill you see. My property goes to the dead center of railroad tracks and goes all the way through. Now, this is something you only get on the spring here, and I wasn't here the first year in the spring. But right here, look at that water. This is water on the homestead. So this is Purdom Lane that got extended. And then, like I said, this is my property line up here. So I have all of this dry creek bed, and you can see the water is ripping and roaring through. But it only happens during the spring. It dries up in the late summer, and then it's dried up all winter. But I had this creek bed that goes up all the way around. So this is how far I got here, getting the woods cleared up. And then up around the bend, I started working where those people pulled my T-post my first year out here to bring four-wheelers into the land. So I'll get up there and show you that. And then, of course, my tools and the permethrin. For those of you that don't know, if you're working in the woods with ticks, you want to get permethrin, and you dilute it. I think it's 1 ounce or something like that to a gallon of water, and that the ticks will still get on you, but it kills them. And normally I might have one tick that is latched on by the evening, but most of the time I have no ticks on me. So there's all the water again. And this is another thing. Once I clear up all these scraggly trees and stuff like that, they won't be soaking all the water out the ground, so the water might start producing more than all these trees drinking, because you can see how dense the woods gets here. I mean, it's super dense. So all this eventually I want to have done this year. Try to get back here fenced, get the animals moved down here by winter time. And if I do build here, it's going to be on the top of this 300-foot incline on top of the cliffs. And then the property goes all the way over there, but I'm hoping not to be here. And then the buds and flowers are popping on all the trees, and grass is turning green, grass is growing. That's my hand. It's already as tall as my hand. So life is happening in Arkansas. We're still getting cold in the evenings, but tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s again. Today's supposed to get up to 68. We just had a bunch of rain and cold fronts. Over here, for those of you that don't know, was the hole that I dug where my neighbor said to dig, and I could have a natural spring. And I've made multiple videos where you see this water just gushing about 3 feet in the air and just coming over, and you can see where it's all knocked down and it runs. So if I dig down 15 feet like he was talking and put a culvert, invert it, then that will release all that pressure farther down than just 3 feet. So this was only 3 feet of rock and dirt that I pulled out. So that's completely filled as well. And then you can see when it goes, it just eats and eats and makes that trench going down over there. And then right up here is where I marked trees for a driveway to go up for getting cleared when I was going to have the logger come in. And then these different big trees, I wanted to keep a couple for shade. And I'm not going to have it logged now. I'm going to keep everything that's like 8 to 10 inches and larger, and just cut all the small stuff out, unless it's dead, like that big trunk there. That was a dead tree. And just go ahead and get all this stuff cleared out. So you're able to see through the woods a lot better with all the small stuff down, and then have the sporadic big shade trees, so that way I can seed this area and get grass and everything growing, where normally it's all shaded all spring, summer, and fall. Now I'll come back over here. There's some trash back here that people had dumped years ago, so it's more that I got to pick up. But this is the railroad track here. I know, 7Xs, I know. Millennials don't get enough work done. But you can see, so I put the pink lines there. That's the center of the railroad track. It goes that way. Center of railroad track goes this way. And of course, Purdom Lane. So that water is coming from even farther up. But there's different spots here along this bank that it kicks out water. So there is water on this property a few months of the year. And if I could get springs going, I could get a lot more. And I mean, you can listen. I just made a video down at my neighbor's with the water going. I mean, crystal clear water. Nothing's better than working in the woods listening to that sound. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is one of the ones that I was talking about only a few times here. So my property goes to the center of railroad tracks up there where the pink lines are. So you go from there, you come all the way down to there. And you can see that big spring gushing right out of the woods. So there's the pink flags up there. And there's a natural spring. Like I said, summertime, the end of summer going into fall, it dries up, and then it's dried up during the winter. And then every once in a while, it will come back to life. But I was told if I dig this down and into the hillside and box it to make a box spring, I don't know how to do all that because I'm not from the woods out here. But I can activate it where it will run year round. And you can see that little bit of water there versus how much water is pouring out of the spring down here. So there is water here on the property, and that's why I want to try to get all this stuff cleared. I want to try to get it fenced, because then if I activate those springs, both right here, this one that's going, and then way down past that pink ribbon tree that we were just at, and have two different paddock systems for the animals, then they have drinking water, and then the water continues to flow, and I don't have to worry about hauling water. So I'm not cutting down any trees today. I'm just hauling water, but I wanted to show the video. And then this is the railroad track, like I said, going Ione to the center of that, and then goes way up that way. So for those of you that were wondering about my video last night, that was not an April Fool's joke. The lady that owns that restaurant that I'm buying, I don't close until May 14th. But we were talking, and she had $100 to her name, had no propane inside the concrete floor building. It was freezing last night, So I came back to the homestead again. I grabbed my propane tanks that I had filled in Marshall and the heater that Carla used in the shed for her goat milking, and that kept the temperature halfway decent. There's no insulation in the building, but with concrete floor during summer, it's going to be nice. Wintertime's going to be nice as well, because then I can have a wood stove to offset the extra cold of the concrete. And as some people know, I love having fires during the winter. That's like all the trees that I'm cutting down. I had them like that, and then I'll cut them down to about 18 inches in length. And I'm not cutting the big tree, so I don't have to worry about splitting or anything else. I'll just have small logs, pick up one time, put it in the truck, take over to the restaurant, put it in a stack, and then go ahead, unload it. It's going to be a lot easier to make fires and move than big logs and try to split. So this is Purdom Lane, this is the truck, and this is as far as I got here. And then I got up that way, and then you can still see the tops of the T-post and the sign over here where the people ripped out some of the T-posts to get the four-wheelers through. So with all of the brush piled up, like I said, it's a natural privacy fence, and I'm trying to get back to, say, my Scottish roots, even though I don't really talk about me being Scottish. But you go over to Scotland and Wales and Ireland, and they do the natural hedges like this. They do the berms. That's where hygge culture comes into place. And with this and a fence on the inside, I don't have to worry about the dogs trying to get over. I don't have to worry about the animals trying to break free. I don't have to worry about other people crossing into the property. And then get all this into grass. And I mean, it's going to be a beautiful area. So if it does sell, there's that other property I'm looking at, that's 60 acres. If it doesn't sell, then like I said, I'll continue working on this. And no matter what, I'll be here in St. Joe, Arkansas. And I'll update you guys with another video. I'm not sure when. I know probably tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday, Monday vlog. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here. The sun is shining. Everything's turning green. Flowers are popping. And I'm going to go haul these 12 loads of water. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.